back like I never left. I attended a conference in Ibadan, the Culture Shift Conference that was hosted by Spirit of Light Church Community Group. Many things I brought home from that conference. There was a particular thing that really stood out for me, and apart from it standing out for me, I wanted to use it to make a point. I'm sure you guys can also learn from it. So let's get right into the video. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to another beautiful episode of Honest Conversation with Funmi and I. And just in case today is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, you're welcome. My name is Funmi and I. And right on here, I talk about faith, mental health, I talk about teenage growth, and I also talk about lifestyle. So this is me inviting you to click on the subscribe button to join the amazing and awesome family and awesome community we are building here, and click on the notification bell. I'm so excited to be here. It's been like a minute. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks now. Yes, so sorry, I needed to take a break. I would have announced, but I didn't plan to take a break, yes, and I'm going to be talking about that in another video. On the topic in the thumbnail, you must have seen that the topic is still to be different, here to stand out. So during the course of the conference, one of the speakers made the statement that there's a mindset that Twitter is a very brutal place compared to Instagram. Let's just imagine you open a Twitter account for the very first time. There is this mindset that you have that, oh, this place is brutal. The mindset, if you're not careful, is going to influence you and influence your impact on that platform. That statement made a lot of sense to me as a mental health advocate and as a mindset expert. Some people say that when they get into a community, they can't just help it, just adjust. Of course, it was a culture shift conference. It was meant to shift our culture, just adjust to the culture in that community. Culture is not in the building. Let's say the Yoruba culture. It's not about, the Yoruba land. Of course, it is happening in Yoruba land because the people in that atmosphere had created an environment that sponsors a mindset. So if you are coming into that culture, if you are not careful, you're not intentional about yourself, you are at the mercy of what happens in that environment. And if you are not careful, you are quick to adjust to what happens in that environment. So because it is a mindset that has been established, and that mindset has affected the atmosphere. Then I remember when I was going to the higher institution, I finished from the prestigious Funmi and I University, Lagos State, Nigeria, and there is a very common mindset with that school that it's kind of difficult. Yes, if you meet a random, of course they will motivate you, but there's always this juice of, oh, you have to read very well if you want to, finish with the first class or finish with the second class upper, or you want to even finish at the time you're supposed to finish. And apart from the mindset of being hard in a sense, there's also the mindset of, oh, there is tendency for you to be delayed because of ASU strike. It might be NASU strike, it might be it could be SUG that would cause a strike. And I remember while I was on campus then, while I was in 100 level, it happened that I think there was a protest, and the student union, I think, kind of destroyed some cars in the Senate building, and because of that, the student union organization was put on hold for like all throughout my stay on campus. The SUG was on hold, and that people will say up till date that our calendar was fast because there was no SUG, because SUG was not there. Some things that their mindset, there's some things that when you get into an atmosphere, you get into an environment, there's a mindset that is in that atmosphere, and beyond you coming into that environment, you must have had a prior knowledge of the mindset that functions in that environment. Tell you for free that once you come into that environment, the atmosphere sponsors the mindset. Why? Because the people are the ones that create the atmosphere, and the people have this mindset and they live with the mindset. So the mindset that they are living with, they transfer to their children, and it forms an atmosphere in that culture. So if you are not careful, if you are going into a culture, if you are going into a school, you're going into a new town, a new city, there is high tendency for you to adjust and shift their mindset. I think, and I say 80% of times, a lot of these mindsets are always on the negative side. My case, when I was going into OU, and I was told that you have to read like you're going to die, and read before you can pass an exam or pass a test or pass a course. So that mindset is just predominant, and then because you have been told, even if you have not been told, because you've entered into the atmosphere and then you felt this mindset, you are likely to just adjust to it and let your lifestyle be shaped in the light of that mindset, and in no time you see yourself begin to walk in that mindset. But let me tell you for free that many of these things are not true. They're just things that have been formed based on people's prejudice, based on people's limitation, and because it looks true, and maybe one or two people have been a victim of it, people are quick to adjust to the mindset, so it becomes something that is culturally accepted. But many of these things are not true. I've been here before to tell you guys that humans are product of the kind of mindset that we have, either positive or negative. When people have come to accept a particular thing that happened in a community, in a culture, or in a school, there is high tendency, there is a 99% assurance that the environment will be sponsored by that mindset. So that's why this video is telling you to dare to be different. The fact that you are going into, and that is why one of the things I advocate for is intentional living. You can live your life so intentionally that when you go into a community, an environment, an atmosphere, or a school, even if there is a predominant mindset that works there, you can make the decision to yourself that I am here and I am not going to adjust to that mindset. So like I said in my previous video where I talk about creating a positive mindset, already a negative mindset on ground, so you can now intentionally replace that negative mindset with a positive mindset that is opposite of it. I would kind of link that video, put in the description, how to build positive mindset, so you can always refer back to. So I don't have to repeat the things that I've said in that video. So you can directly attack that negative mindset that is predominant in that culture, in that organization, in that society, with a positive one that is equal to it. What is this video for? This video tells you that you are going into a culture and there is a predominant mindset. It doesn't mean that that mindset is right, and doesn't mean that you also have to work it. You can dare to be different and you can dare to stand out. So if they say people in a particular place, and I'm being careful not to mention names, right? I'm from Ibadan. If they say people from Ibadan are naturally violent, if you are not careful and you begin to live in that city, you will see yourself begin to act violently. Yeah, you've embraced the mindset behind it. It is a mindset and it functions you're living. To recognize that it is a mindset that is predominant in this place, doesn't mean it is true. Doesn't mean that I have to work in it. Doesn't mean that it has to affect my person. I am a different person because I can determine what happens in my life. I can determine what happens, what goes on in my head, and I can make it come to reality by acting it out. The third one is to replace those negative mindset, those negative belief with a positive one, and you begin to see yourself intentionally working it. So dear people, we can make ourselves healthy, we can make our environment a better place to live in if we are just going to be intentional with what we do, how we act, and with the kind of mindset that we allow gain roots in us. Come to the end of today's video. Just in case you haven't clicked on that subscribe button, don't leave this video without clicking on that subscribe button. Also click on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get informed each time I post new videos and new content. Thank you for coming, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.